All right, let's talk about low energy while microdosing a GLP-1 because it can be an issue and it's something I personally deal with. So in this video, I'll cover what low energy is, how it happens, and my solutions for it. So when it comes up, you'll know how to deal with it and even prevent it. Okay, so I define low energy as feeling more tired than normal because you can already be low on energy because of life. So if you're microdosing a GLP-1 and losing weight, energy can be even more lower. So there are 3 ways I generally determine when my energy is low, and it's when I feel physically sluggish or weak, kind of like when you have a cold or a flu, and I can't think clearly. So think of something similar to brain fog. And if both of these things happen multiple days in a row, then I consider that low on energy. Also, the thing with low energy is that it can get worse over time. Like the first few months I was losing weight, it wasn't bad. I was perfectly fine. But then around month 4, it got pretty bad. But everyone has different timelines. I do have to say microdosing has indirectly gave me more energy. When I used to lose weight, I would always be hungry and have a bunch of food noise. And I found that to be pretty draining, which is what makes losing weight hard in general. But because of GLP-1, I deal with it a lot less and I have more energy because of it. I'm by no means at 100%. I think I'm like around like 80%. But if I wasn't on a GLP-1, then I definitely would be a lot lower, probably around like 40%-ish. Okay, so there are 2 things that cause low energy for me, and it's 1, not eating enough, and 2, it is losing weight for too long. Let's go over the first point. So because I am on tirzepatide, my appetite can be suppressed, especially a day or 2 after I take my shot. If I forget to eat, usually my energy can get pretty low. So the fix for me is simple, and I just eat more food. But if I can't stomach solid foods, then I'll have more liquid calories. So for example, instead of eating, let's say, chicken, I would have a protein drink because it's easier to digest. And if my energy is really low, I'll try to have more carbs. So think about like crackers, rice, fruit, if I have them. But if I want something more tasty, then I'll have foods like cookies, cake, or non-diet sodas because I have a sweet tooth and I like having my treats. Now for the second point, which is related to not eating enough, is my dose being too high. This was rarely an issue for me until recently, but if I'm having a hard time eating for a few weeks, then I'll consider lowering my dose until I find the right amount that gives me the benefits I want, but as well as a decent amount of appetite suppression. Just not so much that I can't eat enough. All right, the next way I get low energy is losing weight for too long. Losing weight for long periods of time, as in like 4 or more months for me, it's mentally and physically draining because I'm eating less food than I should, so I can lose weight. The first few months are pretty easy when it comes to weight loss, but after that easy weight comes off, then it gets much more difficult. And just to show you an example, this is a graph of my weight loss. This right here was like, I think about 10 pounds. But then after that, things start to slow down and I really had to put in more effort. And when I say effort, I mean watching the amount of food that I eat and increasing my physical activity or exercise. Now, I started at a healthy weight and I'm just getting leaner for vanity reasons, as in I just want to look better for me. And going from lean to leaner does require more effort. Like a long time ago when I was overweight and I was trying to get leaner and get into a more healthy weight range, it took effort, but more so time. But right now, going from lean to even leaner takes less time, but more effort. And when I say time, I'm usually speaking in terms of months. Okay, so if I'm losing weight for long periods of time and my energy is low, how do I fix it? My solution for it is a diet break. A diet break is taking time off from losing weight to recover from the wear and tear of weight loss. I think a really good analogy for it is work. So, working for multiple months in a row is tiring. So that's why we take vacations so we can rest. And the same thing applies to weight loss. Losing weight is work and a diet break is the vacation. All right, so here are my indicators for when I consider taking a diet break. In terms of time, I consider taking it after 12 or more weeks of weight loss, but everyone's timeline is different. So it's better to go by feeling and what is currently happening. So first, if I get less sleep than normal for multiple nights in a row, for example, let's say I usually get 8 hours of sleep, but now I'm getting around 6 hours of sleep for 3 or more days in a row, then that's a pretty good indicator that I need to take a break. Second is constant fatigue. Not low energy, but more like exhaustion is the feeling of the fatigue, I would say. Like if you ever worked out really hard and you're just so tired, you want to, lie down. Now imagine that feeling, but without working out or exercising. And the last indicator I like to use is the feeling of overwhelm. The way I would describe it would be things that I would normally do start to feel overwhelming. So let's say every day I wake up, brush my teeth, work, and run errands. Just everyday things that I do. But after months of losing weight and the wear and tear starts to kick in, brushing my teeth and working and errands, all the normal everyday things I do, feels like it requires so much more effort that I can't handle it. To me, this is probably the biggest indicator that I need to take a break. Okay, so how do I take a diet break? So again, the goal of a diet break is to stop losing weight so we can recover. Again, think of it like a vacation from work. And what do we do when we're on vacation? We usually relax and eat more food. On a diet break, we do the same thing. So I take 1 week off minimum of losing weight, and in that time, I lower my dose a bit so I can eat more food, because if my dose was the same, then I couldn't eat enough. I don't completely stop taking my GLP-1 because I might binge eat because my hunger comes back pretty strong. So I just prefer to take a lower dose than normal. When it comes to eating, I just eat a little bit more than usual, not going too crazy. If you count calories, we go from a calorie deficit to maintenance calories. In terms of exercise, I exercise less or no exercise at all, just like on a vacation for me, but light exercise is fine. Okay, so when is it a good time to take a diet break? You can take it anytime, but if you can time it, it's a good idea. Like I like to time it during vacations, holidays, and easy times at work. By easy times, I mean just like not stressful. To give you an example of the last time I took a diet break, I took it around Christmas because I was losing weight for, I think, around 12 weeks straight, 12 or more. Yeah, I was just feeling pretty burnt out from losing weight, and I didn't want to diet throughout the holidays. So I took the week off, lowered my dose, and I ate the holiday food, and I didn't exercise. And after that, I felt really motivated to lose weight again, and I also had a huge weight drop. You kind of see it here. So my weight starts to slow down. I had a lot of fluctuations around here. And then around here, I think was when I took the 1 week break. And then once I was fully recovered, I had a huge drop in weight right here. A lot of the weight was water weight, but it was good because I thought I was starting to plateau. But yeah, if you're spending months losing weight and you're just feeling tired of it and you just want to like eat a little bit more food and just relax, then I highly recommend taking a diet break. But anyways, that's the video. Hope this helped with your low energy issues. Thanks for watching. Bye.